All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody to episode 6 of the Heal Me podcast. I do want to apologize for my followers that do be following me. I know I didn't upload an episode a midweek episode. This week's been kind of not crazy, just busy. Put it like that. Got a lot of stuff going on as far as music and other business ventures that I'm diving into. So I just been real busy. I did have time. I did have time to sit down and do a podcast if I really wanted to or if I chose to. And I kind of been in my thoughts this past week about a lot of things, just about life, really, and the choices that we choose to make. And that's why I want to title this one "The Free Will." Free will. We got free will here in this world, in this realm, in this dimension. I've done a lot of studying on that too. People have different aspects of Earth and where we come from and what this planet, what the universe, with all all that type of stuff. And they say that this one, I believe there's, people got contracts, soul contracts. You got a contract with your mother. You got a contract with your father. Contract with these people that we choose to be with. Baby mamas. I had a contract to have children with that woman. She had a contract to have children with me. And I feel like life is all at the end of life. When we pass away or whatever. Like, it's all about what did you learn? Because we're learning. That's it. It's just like constant learning. And I've come to the conclusion, it's two words, but it means one thing, free will. And we got free will, and they say that's what makes it so hard to beat this, to this planet. Like, it's so hard because we have free will. And the definition of free will is the power of acting without a constraint or necessity or fate. The ability to act as one's own discretion. To do what you want. But can you really can you do what you want? I mean, I feel like I've done it. I've done it for a long time. And I don't think that we're free. It's kind of like, I feel like free will is a setup. It's kind of like if you're talking to your buddy, you're talking to your girlfriend, not like guys, but like your girls. If you're a girl and you're talking to your girlfriends, and you're letting them know, like, man, I want to take him back. He did this and this, but I want to take him back. That's free will, right? But they're like, yeah, you can do that if you want, but we don't think it's a good idea. And it's vice versa. You know what I mean? With like, guys and females. Like, yeah, man, she did this. She put me in jail. She lied about this and that. But I want to take her back. Yeah, bro, you can do that if you want. But we highly don't suggest it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's how God, the universe, because it's God's, it all stems down to the whole God's plan. And even with that, it's kind of like I grew up in the Bible Belt. So believing in God and God is number one, you know what I mean? I'll never renounce God, never. But I have dived into other, not religions, just like beliefs. The universe, energy, everything is energy. You know what I'm saying? Things change. Or maybe that's just me going in a different route. But I can't fight fate. Overall, we can't fight fate because we have a plan. There's a plan for us. There's a plan for our life. There's a plan. We are here to do something. And no matter which road you choose to go down, it's gonna end up that way no matter what. You know, I've heard a lot of stories, and it's like if my plan was made out to come here and develop, like, just, or do music. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here to do music. And it's like, oh, well, that's not what I want to do. You know, I just want to sell drugs the whole time. I want to sell drugs the whole time, get fast money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to live that lifestyle. You can if you want, but it always goes to shit. My free will to do what I want will always, and it always really has. You know, I got my t-shirt. Printer. It's a DTG, direct to garment printer. I can tell my story on this. And I had gotten it 2 years ago. Right around that same time, I had met a female. And she came into my life. So here I am. And I thought it was going to be easy. I thought this shit was going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? But I was not focused. I was not focused on getting that printer going. Like, I was drinking a lot, because I wanted, I chose to. I was, anyways, I was drinking a lot. And here I am, I'm starting up a relationship with a female that I do not really know. I did not get to know her. We just, had sex and we decided to stay together, And so here I am trying to build a relationship, trying to put together a family. You know what I'm saying? She has children, I have children. I fought for my kids in court and all this and that. And trying to build a family and trying to build a business, So that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And so now, and I was living with my parents because I had just moved back home to my home city from the city, from San Antonio. 2 years later, the business did move a little bit. It moved a little bit, like 25%. If there's a scale, if I had to put it on a scale, the business moved about 25%. We had a logo. We've been into some, we got some vendor spots. I did get a good client that did put in like some bulk orders and this and that. Came up with some dope designs. But 2 years later, I'm back living with my parents. And I'm trying to get my business. I'm trying to get my business started. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to point the fingers at nobody. But, I would talk to my cousin, shout out Who Done It. I would talk to my cousin, and I feel like a lot of us that are sitting here and we have a purpose. I feel like everybody has a purpose. Everybody's got a purpose. But we'll never know what that purpose is if we continue to do what we think we want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'll tell my cousin, like, man, because she would go bad in my relationship. It would go bad, and then there I am all messed up in the head and this and that, like. And it's like, man, I just want this person next to me while I build this. You know what I mean? Like, I want her next to me. But maybe that's not God's plan. You know what I'm saying? That ain't fate. You know what I mean? That's something that I'm choosing for myself. But that person that we want and we fighting for to have by our side that ain't supposed to be there, maybe. Because why does it keep going wrong? And it's like, well, you keep choosing to take that person back. And then what are they choosing to do? Because it's free will. But I feel like if you just sit back and let go and realize that we ain't in control and we don't got free will. You really don't. You do. We got free will to fuck shit up. You got free will to mess everything up. And like I've been kind of like helping out one of my homies with his separation. And I noticed that a lot of us, we think impulsively and we react impulsively. But now you're just getting in the way of what's supposed to happen, what's supposed to unfold. And I had some spiritual guides tell me too, just like 2 days ago, like that I need to chill out, and then it's kind of like, because even my cousin had told me too, we got that hero complex, and like that triggered me. It's like I hear complex. It was the word complex that triggered me, because it sounds like a disorder, and he's like, you want to save people. But it's like, I don't. I just want to be me. This is me. And then it's like, all right, well, this is what I'm sent here to do. And you can't change people. You can't save people if they don't want to be saved. It's like, yeah, I understand. But maybe what if that's my fate? Because like everything that I've been through and everything that I've done has all led up to this. And I find so much peace in this. Just being by myself. It's already been 2 months. On June 15th, it was 2 months officially. And that's the longest I've ever gone. Without like conversation, with being by myself, really. My children are with their mother for the summer. So it's like I just been focusing on me. And stuff is starting really good things are happening. I'm just going to put it like that. But it's like I hear that voice in my head telling me, that this shit could have been done a long time ago. But what did you choose to do? What did my free will get me instead of just going with the flow? And I feel like a lot of us know we're just being selfish. We want what we want. A lot of us know. Because I feel like that stems to that whole anxiety thing. I didn't have anxiety for 27 years until I went against myself. And I started doing bad shit, like stuff I don't believe in, going against the grain. I started cheating. I started drinking. And I developed anxiety. And I don't know about everyone else, but my anxiety, I just freak the fuck out. I don't start screaming. I don't, not freaking out like that, but it's all internal. It's all internal. And I just get the urge just to run. And that's what I feel on the inside, just run. That's my spirit telling me, run, get away. And I feel and then I would have nightmares, man, of me literally running from people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know their intentions. But if that's my spirit telling me and giving me anxiety because something's not right, you ain't supposed to be here. You know what I mean? And it's just that's what I feel like anxiety is. That's our spirit yelling at us and freaking us out because you're doing something you ain't supposed to. Whether it be, only we know what we doing. Stuff that we do in the dark, stuff that we do behind closed doors, stuff that's in our heart. Our desires of our heart, shit, I want to go out and drink. But then I'll start to think about it and then I'll start to get that little anxiety twitch. You know what I mean? Nah, man, because if and I think it's all internal, it's all spiritual. If you're out here having random sex with people, just, knocking down bodies, you're gaining those people's energy. So they're disturbing your spirit. Why you think you got anxiety? If you're out here in a social gathering, but you're supposed to be with your children or something, you knew you had the choice to go be with your children, or you could go get money. You could do something to better yourself. You could be at the gym, you know what I mean? Or you want to lose weight, but you're out here at a social gathering and now you're developing social anxiety and it's like, oh, I can't be around people. But I don't think it's that. I think that your spirit is telling you, you ain't supposed to be in that group of people, you know? Or if you're with somebody and you know that they ain't going good for you, or they've been out gaining energy, like from other people, cheating or entertaining the idea because they're a vindictive person, and then they come back around you trying to play the game. And that intuition gonna kick in and it's gonna ignite that anxiety. Like, shit, I used to get bad anxiety. You're being manipulated. Your spirit's trying to tell you something. If something ain't right, I think that's where anxiety kicks in. You start to freak out because something's not right. What are you thinking about? Like, I would tell people, man, I got bad anxiety right now. And they'd be like, what are you thinking about? I was like, I ain't thinking about nothing. Just this doesn't feel right. And then through all that I was putting myself through, it's all because of my choices, my free will. Things happen to us and they happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And we all have a purpose. But if you choose to steer off that path and you think like you're going to end up back on the path whatever way you choose to do. Because like I even told my cousin years ago, I'm barely putting this together right now. I was like, man, what if I was supposed to move to San Antonio by myself and build, Blue Lace over there, and I was supposed to be myself, and then I find my person in San Antonio or after I've accomplished what I need to accomplish. And that's literally what's happening now. I'm by myself. I do not, I love affection. I crave a woman's touch, you know what I mean? Like, but I know that something, I find peace, and that's not for me right now. I've delayed enough time in accomplishing what I need to accomplish that I need to get myself in order. And then I could have my person. And I could show them my ways. And have gone through what they need to go through because, or they can continue to do their free will. That's the thing that I believe in. that free will just, you do what you want, but see where it gets you. I've done what I've chose to do, not what felt right, ever since 2019. And my life has not moved. I've lost millions of dollars. I've lost time. I've lost opportunities. I've lost. Just lost. And now I'm building from the ground up. Again, like I was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And that's all because of my free will. And during that whole time, if you can come, you can ask people, what was my mindset? I would ask them because I could feel it. And I would say, where did God go? I'll never say like there ain't no God. But I would ask people like, where did God go? Why does this place feel so empty? Because it's like if you're trying to help your friend, I'm trying to tell you, and then they keep going back into that same situation. It's like, man, you ain't learning nothing, man. I'm just going to leave you alone until you get it together. Come holler at me when you're done. And then so that's why I feel like God be doing with the free will. God's got a plan for us. The universe has a plan for us. But it's like, man, you keep going out and drinking, dude. So do what you want to do. I can't protect you no more, man. And then boom, you get hit with a DWI. Boom, you get busted with drugs, and now you're on your way to the penitentiary. That's your free will. So when are you going to stop listening to yourself, listening to your mind, listening to the ego, and let go and just let time do its thing? Oh, well, I want somebody. So then you just go and have sex with somebody because you want somebody, but that ain't the person you want. What do you think is going to happen with you and this person? It's going to get bad because that ain't who God got for you. You know what I mean? No matter what, you got a purpose and you're going to fulfill that purpose, whether you choose to take those extra routes, whether you choose to take a detour, you're going to end up back on there. You're going to end up back on the road, whichever. If you choose to go through all that shit and put yourself through it, you'll be back. You'll be back. And that's fate, you know? And that's why I feel like we know what feels right. We all have that, like, we could try and, like, tell ourselves that we don't, or, like, it's really all about, we tell ourselves, this is what I want, and you have to do what you want. Oh, well, you made me happy, and that person made me happy, this and that. Well, maybe that's your person, man, but you still got a purpose, bro. And you can't control what other people choose to do if they don't want to follow their fate. You can't fight fate. I've done it, and that I feel like that develops into the cycles. You know what I'm saying? Our free will gets us locked into these cycles going round and round and round, and you ain't learning. You got to leave some situations alone. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my spirit guys told me, that you want to save everybody, but you just getting in the way. If you holding everybody's hand and you helping them, you trying to be God and you getting in the way of God. It's like, I got to tell myself, like, I got to take care of myself, and I got a purpose, and I got to fulfill that purpose. Because I'm tired of everything that I want going to shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like I'm sitting here to do something. As soon as I fulfill my purpose, I'll either pass on, or then I can have what I want. You know what I mean? Like, but I got a job to do first, and then I can settle down. Because, like, literally, since I was 12 years old, the one thing that I want would always go to shit. And go to shit the same way. Just the same way, man. It would always happen the same way. And that's why I feel like everybody's like, we sit back and we're like, why does this always happen to me? Because you're putting your energy into it, and that's not what you're supposed to be focused on right now. You got to find yourself, fulfill your purpose, because you have a purpose, but your free will to get caught up in your distractions, to jump on a cycle and then maybe get addicted to it, will keep you trapped. Going round and round and round on that cycle, and it gets bad. But this is what I want. But it ain't what you want. It's not what you want. It's not. You want that person, but that person can't be in your life right now because they got their own journey. And you getting in the way of what God got for them. And that's what my spirit guides told me, like, you good, man. You need to take what God's blessing you with, and you need to enjoy it, and you need to do what you're here to do. But if you're over here holding everybody's hand, they'll never look to God for the answers. They'll never look to themselves for the answers, because you'll always be there for them. And a lot of people are doing that. You got to let people go that ain't supposed to be there. You got to let situations go. You got to let, like, if you even in a business and the business is not thriving, well, maybe that business ain't for you. You got to let it go. But I want it. It's my baby, you know what I'm saying? My car. If you got a car and you've held on to it for years, but it's falling apart, it's time to let it go. Because you got to let certain things go, and God gonna bless you with something. One door closes, another one opens. You see how it works? Like, there's different analogies, but they all mean the same thing. You reap what you sow. Oh, karma. It's all the same thing. It's all intertwined, no matter how far you try to get away from it. Why I choose my free will is to believe in spirituality and not in the Bible. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's fate. Oh, you can believe in spirituality, it means the same thing. But they just don't have the titles that the Bible have. It's fate. You can't fight fate. No matter how much you fight it. Or think you're fighting it, think you're winning shit. You ain't winning. So I don't think that we're really free. We're free, but if you want to be free, it's chaos. You know what I mean? It turns everything chaotic. And you have yourself to blame for it, because you can't blame God, because that is not God's plan. You can't blame the universe. That's not the universe's plan. You chose to do it. We choose to do it. And we do it out of free will because it's what we think we want. But I feel like you got to fulfill your purpose first. And then you can have the fruits of your labor. Put in the work. Do what you got to do. Take care of what you got to take care of. And then God, the universe, Spirit gonna bless you with what you want. But while you doing what the universe needs you to do, stay out the way of what they got going on over here. You know, if that person, say if it is a person, or say if it's like a deal, like shoot, I want that building over there, I want that house over there. Don't worry about it, because then you're gonna act impulsively and you're gonna mess everything up. Oh, I want that woman in my life, man. I need to tell her how I feel. You know what I mean? I need to go and rush this situation. And women think that that's what they want, but then you go and do it and then they shut you down like you're crazy. So just stay out the way, man. Don't worry about it. Worry about yourself during that time of separation from whatever it is that you're like wanting, whatever's the desire of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I want, I want what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want loyalty. I want respect. But like I never gotten it out of any of my relationships. But I just want like somebody good, you know what I'm saying, that believe in that. Believe in loyalty, believe in respect. But it's like the universe won't give it to me until I'm done what I need to do. But keep going with your free will. But you can do that if you want, you know? And it's like, man, I fall victim to it every time. And then I go against myself and I make it even worse. So right now in this healing process, you know, I'm choosing to do a lot of things differently. I'm choosing to let go and not force situations. I'm choosing to find myself and find my purpose and strive to do that purpose every day. You know what I'm saying? Even like with my kids, man, I sit on the phone with them for a long periods of time. Kind of like how I would if I was in a relationship with a female. You know what I'm saying? We know how we stay on the phone all day. Still, even at 30 years old, like, oh, you're at work, put your headphones on, and you put your what is that, the AirPod, the one piece in, and you working. And the same with the females, you know what I mean? They go about their day, but your partner stays on the phone with you all day. That's how I be with my children now, because they need that. That's my purpose. That's one of my purposes. We got many purposes, I guess, but that's my purpose, I was sent here to be a good dad. But if something tries to get in the way of that, you want attention, but it's like, man, you grown and I respect you and I'm loyal to you. And then, if a person gets jealous off of, oh, well, you make time for your kids, but what about me type deal, then they're just sent to get in the way of that. They're sent to destroy your purpose. And a lot of people don't know what they're doing. Yeah, that's just what they were taught. You know what I mean? It's just because of trauma. because we weren't born this way. We got ourselves into some distractions that became addictions, and then became cycles, became learned behavior. But we know it ain't right. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how energy transfers, you know what I mean? It's just like the more that I stay like not having like that intercourse. Cause man, like I don't know, like a lot of people, they're like, oh, you can turn that off, whatever, the emotion or whatever. But it's like, it's like you can't escape that energy transfer though. Because within this, within this 2 months of no energy transfer, like I feel like myself, like I've been joking around with people, like even with my sister and my mom, like just joking around like like I'm 12 again, and everybody's laughing, everybody's just like, man, and it's just like we're cracking jokes, and it hasn't been that way for a long time. But it's because I was in that energy transfer with people that are damaged, and they're, and here I am like having sex with them, and I can feel their energy, I can feel their anger, I can feel their hurt. And some people are so hurt, so angry, so damaged on the inside that you can't take away that pain. Only they can. Only they can release it. But if they want to hold on to it, then they're just going to take you down with them. So like at this point in my life, like shoot, I don't want to feel nobody's energy right now. And I've never been like that. Like I said, I love that. I love it. Of course, anybody will love it, like it, whatever. But it's just like to be one with somebody, you know what I mean? Just like, this is my person. Like, I ain't felt it in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It feels like years, but it's like at the same time, what I've been through and what it's turned me into, it's like it makes it kind of scary to where it's like, I don't know if I'll ever feel that again. But once you stop doing that and let yourself be yourself, you gotta find yourself, man. That's my my biggest message, because I feel like that's the only way to actually really heal. You find yourself again, not holding on to the trauma of what's happened to you. You got to understand that people are damaged, people are hurt, people are angry. And it doesn't even have to do all with relationships. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have had their father murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole, I think it's Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? That dude's mentally ill. He witnessed, I think, his father being murdered right in front of him when he was a child. So you got to understand, like, oh, don't have no sympathy for him at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not justifying nobody's actions. It's just learned behavior. What did he learn? You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, that fool's for Diddy. Nah, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But he's just messed up in the head. We all are at some point. But if we don't ever take that time to heal, like, you got to heal from that. Like, yeah, like, even if your friend betrayed you and had sex with your girl at the time, and now you out here now you have like issues where it's like, I gotta get you, like, I gotta fuck your girl before you fuck mine. Or if your old partner put you in jail, it's like, oh, I gotta put you in jail before you put me in jail. People are like that. It's all learned behavior. But it's like, we know, we can feel it in our spirit. But we try to change people because we got abandonment issues and we don't want to be by ourselves. So we'll just take anybody. I don't know if I've done it. Uh, I think what my vice is, like I said, like, I get more into And I'm a person like I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. Like in the trauma, when I discuss my trauma with the music, and I wasn't that good, and people would tell me, what I'm saying, they would laugh at me, and in my head, it's like, man, but it made me work harder at it, and I never believed none of it. Yeah, the trauma's still there, and like I question myself here and there. Like I think just the other day I texted my cousin, it's like even when we were on the set of You Say, that song You Say, and that was my first time really going like putting out like an R&B song and like making a full like coming up with a concept of a music video of it, like a love song, and it's just like. And I asked my cousin on set, I was like, man, is this career suicide? And he's like, man, what career? It's like, man, you're right. It was just, man, that's an inside joke between me and him. And it's just like, man, but it's just like, if I fall victim to what people tell me and I believe it, then they got control over my life. So like when I'm with somebody and they're telling me, she's no good for you, you know, I'm gonna prove you wrong. That's my head. I'm gonna prove you wrong, man. We can beat this shit. Me and my person, we gonna beat this. It's us against the world. That's my mindset. But some people are so damaged that it's really you versus them. Because in their last relationship, that's what it was, and there was so much trauma. And then they bring that trauma into this new relationship already with the mindset of it's me against you. And that's an unhealed person. That's a severely damaged person. But then they run back to the trauma. The trauma calls them and they run back to it. And it's a cycle until they learn, what I'm saying? Catch on, open your eyes. But we got free will. You got free will. Do it again. You know what I'm saying? I could go out right now and I could find somebody if I wanted. But I know in my soul that I'm not ready. And I don't know if I'll ever be ready for that again. Because a lot of people right now are like damaged. And I can only hope that there's a group of people doing their healing, like really want to heal, really want to change, really want to be themselves. Because it's like, man, like the other day I was taking my mom and my sister to the pharmacy, and it's just like I was cracking jokes the whole time, just like I felt young again. I felt alive. And it was just us three, I was making fun of my sister for when we were kids and stuff. And it's just like, I feel like that brought us all closer together. Because my mom, like, she got her health issues and stuff like that. But, we do die. People, old age, it's fate. And it's like, I don't want to be this angry person that I was turning into because of my free will to get involved in a situation that didn't have nothing to do with me. My free will, I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I wanna change people. I got a hero complex. I wanna save people, but sometimes you just have to walk away and let God do what he's gonna do. Cause if you get in the way of it, then you just hurting yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm enjoying this journey now. Now that I've chosen to let go and just forgive, you know what I mean? Like if somebody does you wrong, I don't believe that it's on purpose. Not anymore. Because back then, I would believe that it's on purpose. Like you did that shit, but it's all learned behavior and it's not their fault. Somebody taught them that. Whether it be from childhood, oh, you stole from me. Maybe they saw their parents stealing. And a lot of people develop these behaviors and they think it's normal. Cheating, lying, stealing, disrespect. It's all how you were raised, what you were taught. Your idea of love. And they think that that's, and then they show the next person and it's like, nah, man, that ain't right. There's no way that it's supposed to feel like this. But we stay stuck on them cycles from our learned behavior and all that, instead of just like chilling out. Take a breather, take a break. Take a break from your free will. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit feels good. Like, yeah, I get my thoughts here and there, and I get angry, but then I just let it go. You know, and it's like, oh, well, I need to do this. You know what I'm saying? I need to make this happen. I need to do, this is me fighting with myself every day. But it's like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. You can't worry, and that's the whole thing of having faith in the Bible. Have faith. And I be living, I'm supposed to be working at this type of job and this and that, but it's like, nah, I'm good. I've done all that. I chose to do all that. That was my free will. And where is it at now? It's not in my life. I got more peace right now than I ever had letting go. You know what I'm saying? Letting the universe do its thing, letting God do his thing, staying out the way of other people's lives and trying to guide them and hold their hand. Trying to save everybody. I'm just saving myself right now. And only the ones that I can control, like my children, trying to guide them. That way, the behaviors that they have seen me do, and within these last 4 years, I got a lot of time to make up now. And it's better to do it now while they're still young. You know what I'm saying? I got time. I got time. Somebody will come my way. I ain't looking for nobody. I was going to say like, oh, I'll find somebody. Nah. That'll come to me. You know what I'm saying? When God, the universe is ready for it, he'll shoot it my way. And it'll feel right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to have no anxiety. I won't have to question loyalty. I won't have to question respect. He know the desires of my heart. But I got to get rid of all these other bad desires that I used to have. All this behavior that I've learned. And I need to find myself again. But I'll continue to get in the way of it if I let my free will take hold and do what I want to do. Do what I think I want to do. And it's like, I think it's crazy, man. It's just like, man, if God knows, not if, but like God is all knowing. God knows. And I feel like, man, this is just a big game. It's just a big old game. And it's like, man, if you know, man, just, let's get there already. But you got to put the work in. It's kind of like it's just like a boot camp. You know what I mean? This place is like a boot camp. And that free will deceive you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Adam and Eve and the snake. Them women, man. Them women be making some weird choices. Them women make choices like them women need guidance for real. Because these women, and it's just like some men too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, people be making weird choices. You know what I'm saying? I want to take that back. I don't want to but it's just like it all stems from Adam and Eve and the snake. It's like, man, he's a snake. You can't see it. But I bet you the snake was talking real nice. I bet you the snake was talking smooth. He's a smooth operator. You know what I'm saying? The snake came in and he just played her good, man. And she fell for it. She misguided. You know what I mean? You gotta train your people in your life. You know what I mean? If they don't have it, then you gotta train them to run in your camp. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like God got us down here. God got us here. But he'll tempt us with that free will. But we training. You know what I'm saying? He's training us to have loyalty. He's training us to have respect. But we lose it. And then we stay stuck here. going round and round on these cycles. It's like we living in hell. For real, man, it gets bad. I don't understand. Like, I be questioning everything. Like, there ain't no way this is the way it is. There ain't no way. And I've lived it. So it's like, I'm in no way judging nobody. But, like, how come nobody else is catching on? And maybe that's why I'm here, to bring light to these things, because I've lived it. I've lived it. So it's like I'm not judging nobody, and I ain't saying I ain't better than nobody, but I feel like if it don't feel right in your soul, why do we continue to do it? And it's like, oh, well, I'm still hurt. Well, what are you hurt over? Well, I'm hurt because of this. Okay, well, why did that happen? Well, it came from this, and I got in that situation because of this, and it all stems. But we choose not to face it. That's our free will. Stay by yourself and chase it and face it and be yourself. And it's like I also put it into another perspective. It's like, okay, well, why you keep getting in those situations? This is just me looking at myself years ago. You know, a damaged woman came into my life, you know, and I was immature, you know, like I said, you know, go listen to the trauma, you know, and that person was just going through something, but maybe they're looking for something. And just because a woman comes into my life does not mean that I have to have sexual relations with her. Maybe she just needed a friend, someone to be different. You know what I mean? Be different, not just want sex from her. And yeah, to be honest, yeah, that's all. I wanted to try it. I wanted to try to cheat. And I did it. And shit got fucked up. My free will fucked it up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we got to do things different. Do what's right. What's right in your soul. Like, don't go with that free will if you know it ain't right. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like free will do come into play, but it all stems to what feels right inside of you. Because it's like if they come down right now and they're like, you know, get the chip implanted, you know, like that whole end of the world thing, you know what I'm saying? The apocalypse. Shoot, my free will gonna kick in. I'm gonna just shoot. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I ain't doing that shit. I'm ready. I've been ready. Shit, let's get this over with. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel like that's where free will comes in, because it's like if you're gonna be a coward and you're gonna take it because you don't want to die, shoot. Man, I've been through enough here, man. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Ready to go to the top. Let's go talk to the man. See see if I passed or not. Or if I gotta come back and I gotta do all this again. But that's my free will. But if I'm scared, and then my free will, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'll take the mark. I'll take the mark of the beast because I'm scared. Nah, man, it's loyalty over here. It's blue lace, baby. I'll be screaming blue lace the whole time. You know what I'm saying? That fool ain't part of blue lace. Shout out GM. An inside joke. But yeah, man, I feel like that free will can deceive you. You know what you have to do, because you can feel it inside your soul before you make these choices. And do what's right all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, if you're scared to be alone, and I know that word scares a lot of people, you have to try at it every day, and it's hard work. It's hard work because we're already used to a certain way of living. You know what I mean? Some of us, I feel like most of my viewers are probably like 30 plus, because I'm 30, about to be 32. You know, I'm 31, about to be 32, and I've learned so much in these 32 years of life, and I have to unlearn a lot. But during that process of finding myself again, I know I have a purpose and I'm going to fulfill it, because it's not my plan. But I know it's going to bring me happiness. I know it's going to bring me abundance, because I haven't been happy probably my whole life. I just feel like I've been fighting. But at the same time, I've been trying to save people. I've been trying to save everybody around me. But now I got the free will to save myself and save the people that really love me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and that's not like no jab at nothing like that or from my past or nothing like that. It's just it's all bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's all damaged behavior. Some people are caught up on their cycles. Some people are caught up in the addiction. Some people are caught up in the distractions, and they're addicted to it. But once you take that new route, once you choose to let go of what was, because if it was meant to be, it would be. You know, and take accountability. I've taken accountability for everything I've done, and I'm choosing to change. Be myself, do the things that I love. Who am I trying to impress? Because at the end of the day, I came here alone. I'm going alone. I came in this world by myself. I'm leaving by myself. I don't have to fit in nowhere. I do not need friends. I do not need a significant other. I do not need a woman by my side. Do I want it? Yeah. But it's going to come with a price, right? If it's not in my plan. I keep going against the grain. I keep going against the fate. I keep going against the plan. I keep going against God's plan. And it always gets turned because I get tempted. You know what I'm saying? It's all temptation. Well, let's send this man, let's send Ace, someone that's damaged. Because he likes to fix people. He likes to help people. And there I am, back on the cycle. Because of my free will. Like, oh, this person needs me. If I can just give them some of my love, then it'll heal them. But the whole time, they're fucking up my heart. And that love that I got inside of me, it keeps fading away. And see, that's what the bad entities want. It wants us to kill each other. Ain't no love, we don't want none of that. we don't want no peace and harmony. We want chaos. We want destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because we're chosen. Especially for the chosen ones. They're going to come after the chosen ones hard because we're going to make a difference no matter the time. Sometimes I be thinking about it because it's like the time where you're going to have the biggest impact is when you pass away. So even like I'm putting all these right now, I'm just planting a seed. These episodes, I'm just planting a seed, and then God forbid, but if it's in God's plan, I ain't going to worry about it. But, if I were to pass on, this is what I'm leaving behind. My story. I'm not perfect. I'm just like y'all. I get caught up in the trauma, running from trauma, caught up in the distractions. I've done it all, the cycles going round and round. The addictions, I still got some addictions. I still give in to free will, but I'm on a journey. I'm trying to heal. I think a lot of people are, and if you ain't, you need to, because you'll feel different. You'll feel good. You'll start to see, like, I'm not who I was. I'm not. And a lot of people like, oh, you're judging me. You're judging me from my past. It's not your past if you're still living like that. And that's the same thing with me if I was out. Still living that lifestyle, killing myself for what? Nah, that ain't me. That used to be me. A lot of people gonna sit and remember me that way. But then, this is me right here. Right here, right now. And I'm okay with it. Because it's not my plan, but it feels good. So why wouldn't I be okay with it? So, coming to the end, I feel like the biggest thing you could take from this is don't act impulsively. That impulsive actions will always get you caught up. If you know it's not right, and you're gonna have a choice, you got that free will. But if you know in your soul that it ain't right, don't do it. Try every day to find yourself and be yourself. God's plan, the universe plan. You got a plan. And we all chosen. You know? Find yourself, be yourself. And you'll find happiness. I'm gonna call this one Heal Me.
You spend nights in the club and you be around people. You tired of taking drugs, tired of feeling evil. You let these men touch you, said you tired of being single. Said you wanna be submissive cause you tired of feeling equal. You want something different, maybe come and raise some kids with me. Tired of that small town mentality, you want some vitality. Relationships fatality, you see me go for mine and you say that you proud of me. You wanna know how I got so much drive. All the heartbreaks, all the wasted time. It's all about where you set your mind.